Hey guys, Ricky Lock here, back once again. I hope everyone's having a great day as always. And something a little bit different for you guys today, although still lock related. So I have a lock here, obviously a dimple lock, and it's a Dom. And I got this from Noctis Motus in one of his giveaways. And yeah, it didn't come with key, so thought it might be fun to try and make a key for a dimple lock. Something I've never done, but I think I should be able to do here. That's a deep one. So I'm going to start with this Silka blank here. It's I believe it's meant for a Kaba. And well, first thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make it a little bit longer because I need to make a nice angle on the end so it can actually lift the pins, which it can't right now. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll probably end up just doing most of it off camera, but I'll come back and show you guys the progress. So yeah, first step, like I said, is to cut these shoulders back a bit, file a nice slope on the tip of the key. It's just going to be a one-directional key. I'm not going to have it reversible. And yeah, we'll go from there. Once I do that, I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, so like I showed you, we started with a key like this. And a little bit of filing. This is what I ended up with. I ended up just cutting the shoulders completely off. Left this little tab here for basically, because this key is a little bit shallower than, or sorry, a little bit less wide than the keyway. So with that shoulder, it'll locate better and hopefully, yeah, make a better working key without having to wiggle it around as much. So I already went and stamped, punched where to drill the divots or the dimples, and so now we got a bit of figuring out to do. So I want to do it with these drill bits here, which is what most people would have, I think. Put this like this, and so basically we can't use, say, an 1/8 inch is basically the same diameter as the chambers. A lot of people might think that you grab a bit the same diameter as the chamber, and you can't do that because, well, same as making a normal pin tumbler key, if the edges of the hole are square, you won't be able to pull the key out. And that's basically what would happen if you do this onto a dimple key. To get some of these deeper cuts, yeah, there would be a good portion of the hole that has straight sides, and it'll have the tip of the drill bit. I think it's like, what, 108-degree angle, something like that. So that won't work. So we basically need a drill bit that the depth of the angle here has to be greater than the amount that the pin would stick out, basically, with a blank key inserted. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So for example here, let's take a I don't know, 1/4 inch, probably too big. Let's try this one. And it can't be too wide because we'll get into the next holes, and depending on the next cut it wouldn't work. So yeah, this angle here at the end of the drill bit has to be preferably, oh sorry guys, the angle there at the end of the drill bit has to be preferably the same or preferably more than the amount that we have to cut. So I'm going to go through and find a drill bit that doesn't get too much into the next holes and that has a decent angle on it there. So this is our highest cut pin. So I don't think this one would work. And this is, see, we're getting wider and wider as we go. I'm actually going to take this pin out. Yeah, see? I think we can go a bit wider. I think I'm going to drill this chamber first too to get it over with. Wow. So this might not work with these angle drill bits, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Well, I think I'm gonna just give it a try, and I'll show you guys what I end up with afterwards. Yeah, I have a few things to think through because order of operations. If I drill one of these holes, if I drill this one first, and the divot kind of spans, or the dimple spans more than one chamber, it's going to be hard to drill the chambers next to it. So yeah, maybe I'll start with the shallowest first. And I wouldn't need such a big drill bit for the shallowest. I would like to use the same drill bit for all, but it might not be necessary and it might not be possible. So I'm just going to give her the old try and I'll come back with my findings. Alright, stand by. Alright guys, back from the drill press, and here's what we ended up with. So I was kind of surprised, kind of overlooked something. So I was worried about the deep cuts. Where's my little drawing? I was worried about the deep cuts actually making a, you know what I mean, a flat, actual flat-sided hole or blind hole or whatever. But since the drill bit I picked is kind of wide, we ended up spanning, you know what I mean, oh, half of a cut with the drill bit. So where if these chambers were spaced further apart, we would have ended up with this. But since I picked a wide enough drill bit and the chambers are nice and close, we didn't have to really worry about that happening. So yeah, it kind of went a lot better than I thought. Not the prettiest thing, but I wasn't really going for looks. I just wanted to make a key that worked, and yeah, just so I could have a working key for this lock, so when I send it along to the next person, that if they have a hard time picking it, like I did actually, they can take out a few pins and pick it sequentially. When I first got it, I I'll admit I did have a hard time picking it, and I shimmed it open and took out the 5th pin, and then picked 4 and then put the 5th pin in. It's amazing how much that can actually help you learn a lock. It's actually quite surprising. So yeah, I started off with the cut at the tip here, drilled a little bit, tested it. Didn't have to go deep at all, obviously, for that cut. Then just went down the line and kind of knew, after learning how, you know what I mean, how far I had to drill for these cuts, I kind of knew for the deeper cuts that kind of had an idea of how far I had to go. So everything's flush there. See, it's not a pin and pin, it's a anti-drill pin there, metal insert and a brass pin. Kind of funny why they do that. Just, you think so much more work goes into that than just putting a metal pin in there, but whatever. Maybe it's something to do with wear resistance on, I don't know. But anyway, so everything looks good. Haven't tested it yet. I have pinned the Bible. Yeah, I will say too, if you guys are interested in seeing the pins in here, I'll leave a link to the video that I picked this in. But yeah, let's just slide the core in and see if it works. Moment of truth, right? Let's do it like this. Put that aside, put that over here. So she's locked up. Not going to put the C-clip on yet, going to test it, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to work. Well, I will say, it goes in and out really, really damn smooth. That's funny. And wow, it turns really damn smooth too. Yeah, man, sometimes I impress my own self. That's pretty damn cool. Oh, let's put the clip on. I hate these damn clips. Wish I had a pair of those locksmith ring crimping pliers that fit right around these rings perfectly and get a really good crimp on them. They do have a little bit of memory, so even though you get it, even though you clamp it down all the way, it springs back a little bit. I want to get it real nice and tight. And I don't want to get on the lock body, I just want to get on the ring. It's hard to do. That was a good one. And one more. That should do it. Yeah, that should do. Wow, quite surprised. Now, the one thing I'm worried about, since this key doesn't completely fill the keyway, pretty damn sure that if I turn this 90 degrees counterclockwise that the pins are going to drop down in the... Yeah. So I might have to figure something out for that, but that was totally to be expected. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, maybe if I could... If I could spin that ring a little bit and put this pick in here, maybe not that pick. If I could put this pick in here. Might just be that T-pin. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, gotta think of a way to... Oh, which way did I turn that? Oh, like this. Yeah, I gotta think of a way to fill that little bit of keyway from... Wow, this camera. From, you know, from this little area here. Could just put a shim of some sort in there, or leave instructions with it not to turn it that way. I'm not going to make too much of a big deal about that. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas how I could fill that, I guess I could use epoxy. That would get messy. JB Weld, that would get messy. Yeah. I don't know, if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Alright, I'm kind of rambling on there, but yeah, it turned out a lot better than I thought. Again, not too pretty, but I just wanted to, oh, there I go again. Just wanted to work in key for this thing. And the key definitely does work, despite hanging up there on that open side of the keyway. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around if you did, and as always, thanks for your support, and catch you guys in the next video. Take care.